Once the center of West Africa's largest and wealthiest empires, Mali is now one of the poorest countries in the world. Since Mali's independence in 1960, the government has taken billions of dollars in development loans, but the benefits of these loans rarely reach Mali's poorest. Women and children are especially vulnerable. In this context, Oxfam America, the Strom Foundation, and Freedom from Hunger worked together to develop a new program to reach poor women throughout Mali, contracting researchers to monitor impacts on livelihoods. Djougard was one of the first villages to try the program. Djougard was founded in the 19th century by laborers building Africa's largest railway. Life in the town centered around selling goods to train passengers. Named after the train, Djougard means Joe Station in French. By 2004, most of Mali's annual development loans were being taken just to pay off interest from previous loans. In exchange for relief from a small fraction of its debt, the World Bank required sweeping privatizations of Mali's public assets, including the railway. Djougard was devastated.
Parce que on nana ka so terrain be bo wakati be mais kosa ina abe san duru bo sisan terrain jora terrain be bo deux fois dans la semaine bon donc sisan no o kera geleya yi an muso ma se ka bolo minero soro kosebe.
Djougard's electricity left with the train. When shocks occur like drought or the loss of the train, the poor are forced to sell their assets to survive, losing their businesses. Thus, even when the shock is over, they're trapped in a deepening cycle of poverty. For this reason, loans are critical to the poorest. Throughout West Africa, some women organize lending groups on their own, called tontines. Drawing from this traditional model, Oxfam America and its partners launched a pilot program in Djougard. The program is called Saving for Change, or SFC.
La différence entre EPC et les autres institutions de microfinance est vraiment assez grande, comme je le disais. EPC d'abord, l'idée de EPC est fondée sur quelque chose qu'on connaît déjà, la tontine traditionnelle. L'organisation qui travaille avec le groupe n'apporte pas forcément de fonds, n'apporte aucun fonds. Et tout se passe dans le groupe. Et c'est le groupe qui épargne, et c'est le groupe qui utilise son épargne pour faire des prêts.
This approach to development empowers women with their own funds to deploy their own financial strategies. To achieve this, Oxfam works with local nonprofits operating in Mali. Technical agents are sent to teach women to participate in the program. They save together each month and offer loans to each other. At the end of each year, the fund is divided and shared by all the members. Since the women administer the fund themselves and the interest stays within the group, this system can reach the poorest people and the most remote places. Before becoming a coordinator for Oxfam's partner, Tonus, Jibril was a technical agent in Djougard.
Au démarrage, tout a été difficile à Djougard. Même avoir un seul groupe a été très difficile.
In Djougard, where so many other projects had failed, trust was a serious challenge for SFC.
Bon, adamne la mogo de tuma famia. Gelea tun sorola la. Parce que do ere kunya fo ko ubina kana nga wari fara nyogon ku ka tanai. Bo ya to mo chama sama.
The key to trust in the program is transparency and local control. The financiers and vested interests are the women themselves.
Tout ça montre que le fait qu'elles ont confiance, elles savent que l'argent là, ça leur appartient, ça ne va nulle part. Et c'est en fonction de leurs besoins que l'argent là est utilisé. Donc, qui fait qu'en réalité que l'argent est suivi et elles appliquent les règles.
In the first year, a single group of dedicated women began the program. Dala convinced Aminata to join. Ami is popular with the neighborhood children.
donc namana juruta amana mo kele mana kema duruta abe jago gumbo ibulu me akoni ngara sababu ye amandon musaka besrala.
When a group member asks to take a loan, the group decides together if the amount and the purpose are appropriate.
Kacala shabasra jogela ngana ko ni beni hakina do tele bula abe jogela dala nanga war kuna ede basara dala ne ba kuma ni ame flani ni habe ana ra duin kono ne ya do ni bula da ko di akone na ma do ame saka damo patka da bula la barakala do be war bebi ni ate to go ne da ko aiwa ame na bala je flano aya fo chogomina.
Aminata has taken this loan to keep her business afloat during an emergency. 1 month later, she must pay it back with 10% interest. At the end of the year, she receives the money she had been saving, plus her share of the interest collected from all the loans offered that year. The women use both the loans and the annual payout to survive crises and invest in micro-enterprise.
Kabangwan do na tigaran na ne fana ne tabal ne sigi ngoro ni ya warta meta do nan ni ya firilike nasara kuma sira basara wala na ke ambe na fasura salon ko na nya warta salo warta le nesna ka do ni na don do ni ala sira ka irwa mulu o de kale.
For many women, the savings shared at the end of the year provide opportunities for larger investments than the loans themselves.
Boni kesu kira sisan. Kuni salon na sinta ni Teresa on la ko obla. Ni na da chile ni kolonse ni ala sanra ina ni ala sanra kesu chike. Me kila ka so ni ba joli da ni ala son.
No okay no do finuni fe una doro. Masika fe na mafu iko nukula.
This year, Fanta used her savings to buy a donkey cart.
Pasela nye jati minedike. O koba ke nunu na fatola. Igasa ikado fero fembe na fanya yi. O kausani oyi. Plegele ni nyere ka barate. Keme flan.
Tegere ni min na fa chama ne se yam so na fa chama te foka bayre. Si tegere ni flen mana che problème ka cha se ka do ki yere ni te tegere ni no ite juru soro fansi iba ta kibe ma ko dagala tegere ni be se ka da juru ta ke su kono ya che fini se ka ko chama ki yere ali ka do mo yere na fa do yere difne.
The program's ability to sustain itself once the technical agent is gone is critical. When dealing with money, tensions can run high. Mrs. Dante paid half of her loan back early, hoping she could avoid additional interest the second month. When the technical agent leaves, it's up to Dala to resolve problems and keep the group together. With 79% of Malian women unable to read or write, accounting is a major challenge to the group's independence. In order to make the program more accessible, Oxfam developed a system of oral accounting. Many women rely exclusively on the oral accounting system. Working with partners to remember details, the group recites the accounting at each meeting. As one of the few women in the village to complete school, Dala is trained in both written and oral accounting.
Ne bora kanto 9e nela ni defu sura diplôme bembu donc nga klika telin quoi ni mo me bara mi ngadro facilement abe no yamulu mfle degere mina be nin tun kala ni kera nyera tumbolo nte ni ke ntume tanye ntume nyere nyini nyera bulu koni parce que la kuma chama mbafu ngo ngo dimindu na nela ngo makala
nyala ko ni misaran tala bo dem sanu ta fene u doni na fa babala parce que la muna demi te bi nu kala ne do utina ha sirine la kuma tu fama u be siru yero de la alga da mo be na fa do u yero kan après
Education reform was a condition of Mali's international debt relief, but mandatory school fees continue to leave a tremendous burden on families. Since the arrival of Saving for Change, many women have used their new profits to pay their children's school fees. Targeting women was key to the program's success.
Et même des passages, souvent il y a des hommes qui disent que tu es là seulement pour les femmes, pourquoi pas les hommes? Moi j'ai dit l'homme, c'est l'homme à part. La femme, quand tu le soutiens, tu as soutenu et l'homme et l'enfant. Donc la femme, c'est le chaume de la maison.
Aye yelma do la mono. Parce que la ayimbla mbeka filo kuntani ndo kenyere du bona. Dim senu ngam saka be wula. Udume botte garani ndila. Ni ata do remeta nausa, ulu fle dala. Ulu firi.
Jogar was an excellent match for the program. With development of the road to Jogar, new infrastructure brought new opportunities for SFC Finance microenterprise. Jogar grew into a burgeoning market. Market access was a major factor in the program's success. Loans alone can't resolve the deeply structural issues poor women face. Working in tandem with other policies and programs that address structural inequality, SFC can help the poorest women take advantage of new opportunities. The program succeeds by creating a community of women.
Donc n'aw farala ɲɔgɔn kan dɔrɔn a bɛ kɛ sababu ye k'aw bɛɛ kala ɲɔgɔn na ka bɛɛ tin don ɲɔgɔn na o yɛrɛ de y'ala nafa ye kosɛbɛ parce que hali ni problème dɔ b'i la so yan n'i taara jɛkulu kɔnɔ i bɛ ɲinɛ i y'a ye i hakili bɛ lafiya i bɛ baro minnu kɛ i bɛ ɲinɛ a kɔ quoi donc o yɛrɛ y'ala belebele a b'i hakili lafiya.
Mais il y a des études qu'on a qui ont été réalisées et qui montraient seulement, qui faisaient sortir par exemple, disons, l'intérêt des gens par rapport au programme Épargner pour le changement. Qu'est-ce que vous aimez plus dans le programme Épargner pour le changement? Et la majeure partie des gens disaient la solidarité. Et qu'est-ce que vous aimez encore plus dans le cadre du programme pour le changement? C'est en ce moment que certains parlaient de l'éducation. Et c'est après qu'on a parlé d'épargne, un lieu pour épargne, et ensuite le prêt est venu presque en 3e ou 4e position. Donc c'est pour dire que au départ, ces gens n'ont pas forcément besoin tout de suite de prêt. Ils ont besoin d'autres choses d'abord, d'un lieu sûr pour épargner, et le prêt peut venir après.
Donc aujourd'hui, les problèmes sont partagés avec les femmes. Donc ça, c'est un facteur qui quand même entre en ligne de compte dans les milieux sociaux.
Working closely with Jibril, Dala shares her experience with other women.
Donc fana be mi appliquer un groupement ngono nya laje ka groupement wero former kɛrɛfɛ o groupement fana be yan olu be sigi la rena ka ɲɛfɔli ku ye u fana ka tabulo faamuya u kan ka dɔ baara in kan ka taa tabulo min na.
Quand tu vas faire les miracles ailleurs, l'écho va venir et ça va marcher.
Today, there are 10 groups in Jogar. As the program grows, so do its political implications.
Parce que an bɛ milieu min na muso tɛ min kan bɔ campagne na a bɛɛ cɛ.
Dala built upon the SFC network in Jogar in a bid to become the village's first female mayor.
Parce que n'aw jɛlen tɛ aw tɛ dɛmɛ i y'a ye n tun y'a laɲini o de kama musow dɔ ka b'u ka sɛgɛn na parce que an sɛgɛnnen don a toro.
When money and politics mix, the task is daunting.
Bon ni zen in cɛw nana don musow n'u hakili cɛ musow kana sɔn quoi u muso ɲɔgɔn ka bulon ye.
As Dala teaches other women to start groups of their own, nonprofits have begun similar programs throughout the world. Within 4 years, Saving for Change has reached over 260,000 women in Mali. As the program expands into new contexts ranging from remote villages to urban centers, the Bureau of Applied Research and Anthropology at the University of Arizona works with teams of local researchers to track the impacts of the program. How do women pay back loans when commerce is not profitable? Will the program deepen inequalities between lenders and debtors? Guided by continued research focused on women's well-being, the program can positively affect more women's lives. The meaning of this program to the women involved is unmistakable.
N'Ala sɔnna n'Ala ye sini kɛnɛya di yan n bɛ continue